Hello, my name is Don and welcome to episode 32 of Football Manager even, with our Blackburn Rovers save. Already selected my team for today's game, fairly back to full strength. Before we do it, we'll get into results. So, since the previous game, which was Liverpool, we lost 3-1 to Everton, ended up having Petri in the game, and basically Lukaku tore him a new one. Matthew Knox got his first goal in the Premiership, which is good to see, also our first goal in the league as well. Then we lost 2-1 to Swindon, a bit embarrassing if I'm honest with you. Don't really know what to say about it. Before we then beat Bournemouth 3-0, Michael Folivy getting a brace and Matthew Knox getting the other one in that game. Today we are taking on West Ham. Hopefully we can get a good result. A couple of transfers to tell you about. We signed Michael Dickinson from Alloa, just a young player. See him maybe being a ball winning midfielder long term, which is where we're going to try and work on him. It's not the best stat wise. 20k plus add-ons was basically the logic there. It's over 50 games and over 20 international appearances, 100k each. We then have Federico Cassani coming in on loan. Casarini, sorry. He can play both the box-to-box and ball-winning midfielder role, which I'm happy with. We needed backup, particularly in midfield. Going out is absolutely no one. I think I covered Frank Jones and Jack Thomas in the last episode, or the episode before that. Either way, they're out on loan. So we will get straight into the game. Casarini needs a squad number, we'll give him number 6. And David Myler has been added to our Premiership squad as well. Couldn't get rid of him as much as I wanted to. He's not going to get any game time, but I put him in the squad just as a sort of is there if we are desperate for a ball winning midfielder, basically. But that will be the case. Is basically if we're desperate. I think there's a queue above him. I don't trust the guy anymore. We know how last season went with him. There just is, the lack of trust is such a big issue. Any players are recognised from this team. Winston still there, Ogbonna still there, Martin Noble still there, Jack Wilshere on the bench. It's a fairly strong West Ham team, to be honest with you. I'm actually just going to go with that one that my assistant recommends. So, why are we wearing black? Makes no logical sense to me. But anyway, let's get into the game. Folivy kicks off and it's with Charlie Taylor in the left wing. Charlie Adam forward for Jason Cummings. He's lost out to Winston Reid. I've also gone and I've decided to play the controlling tactic that I find worked a bit better last season. That's what we played against Bournemouth and it won, so let's just stick with it, see how it goes. We've got the counter tactic there if we need it, as Caleri comes in, puts it past David Reyes, side netting. Also the goalkeeper we've got on loan can't play today. He is a West Ham player, so was ineligible for the game. No ball to Bruno Fernandes. That's a long range effort, hits the post and falls away, cleared by Jay Fulton, who's just played his first international game, well overdue given how he played last season in my opinion. Joshua clears only as far as Borthwick Jackson, Ogbonna, Borthwick Jackson, no ball. Over the top for Sandro. Rea making the save again. Our defence looking a bit off the bat to begin this game. No ball. Plays it in, away by Fulton. Bruno Fernandes back towards Noble. And it comes, Adam away. A throw in to West Ham from that attack and clearance. Not really showing any signs of getting forward right now. Sandro, Bruno Fernandes, Sandro has crossed it across, somehow gets all the way across there despite the number of defenders, but it's deflected shot. Charlie Taylor launches clear. I am playing my control tactic. Yes I am. Doesn't look like it. That's an off the ball incident. Somehow he's not got any card for an off the ball incident there. But yeah, needless penalty away, conceded by Digbu. in the top corner. Absolute sublime penalty from Mark Noble. Nothing more I can say about that. Such a ridiculous penalty to give away as well. David Ray at 5'10" has absolutely no chance there. Even the bigger keepers would have struggled and probably had no chance, but he certainly isn't the biggest in net. Ogbonna clears away. Jeremy Pide, Liam Henderson, first time I remember stringing 2 passes together. Cummins, Adam, Henderson. It's away. Scott Wharton picks up. Jeremy Pide, Charlie Adam, Liam Henderson, Folivy, Adam. It's back to Fovelli. And Liam Henderson. Middle of the goal. You have to hit the target. No excuses for that. Digbu wins it in the air. Fernandez loses out to Charlie Taylor. Adam to Henderson. Through ball for Jason Cummins. He's never going to get there over Winston Reid. He's not exactly a slow defender. Headed back on Bruno Fernandes. I keep calling him Bruno Alves. Rangers player, obviously, Portuguese player that just signed for Rangers, of course. Digbu to Jay Fulton. Joshua. Adam. Henderson. It's a beautiful ball for Jason Cummins. His touch wasn't great and he gives it back to his strike partner, Folivy. And Moreira has the ball in the end. Kind of wanted to play Matthew Knox today as well, but unfortunately he played a youth game yesterday, so he was absolutely shattered, so couldn't even make the bench. Folivy, Pide, it's well wide again. We're starting to get into this game a bit though. Hopefully that will continue. Tellmans, Fulton, Rea brings it out of his box, plays it for Charlie Adam. It's a great ball for Folivy if he can get a decent touch. He can't really, still makes the keeper work. I'm happy with that in the end. As long as we're making the keeper make saves, then we have something to build on. Charlie Adam towards Charlie Taylor. Winston Reid puts it out for a corner. Adam again comes across. I need to actually go and have a look at my set piece takers. I've not adjusted them this year. I don't think there'll be any change, but it's still worthwhile looking over. Moreira comes out and collects. Still 1-0 from that penalty to West Ham. They did start the game well. They probably deserved to be ahead. But it's frustrating to see such a silly penalty putting us behind right now. Henderson absolutely flying from that challenge from Ogbonna. I'm not sure if it was a dive or whatever. Either way, referee says no altercation required. That's 2. Decisive counter-attack from West Ham, and we're 2-0 down. Just a missed challenge here. I think it was Wharton that missed it. It was Charlie Taylor actually. Misses a challenge. Widmer gets a bit of space and was able to pick out Sandro in the middle, who was unmarked. Frustrating stuff. Coming at the break, 2-0 down. We're going to be angry. We're going to bring on Paul McDonald for Jason Cummings, who's not jumped up to the level the way I hoped he would. I know I loaned him out last year. That was because we had James Wilson, who again didn't impress me. I kind of feel like Jason Cummings was the better of the 2 options that we had in our squad, but I didn't want to keep both of them. I was hoping it would sign more strikers. This Digbu came available and I went crazy. Fovelli. In hindsight, I probably don't sign him. I think I've messed up the January transfer window. Adam, Henderson, Joshua, Henderson, Fovelli, Paul McDonald. Yes, get in, son. Our young striker showing the big. When the hell did he get an afro that size? Our young striker, nonetheless, showing the more experienced guys how it's done. It's adjusting to this level well. Both him and Matthew Knox have been very good for us, scoring goals. and the man with the biggest afro I have ever seen in his regen picture, putting us back in this game, only for them to score from a corner. Ayah. We're going to bring on Casarini for Joshua. Joshua's on a yellow. Don't really like risking ball when the midfielder's on a yellow. It just gets in front of his man. He actually goes through his man. I think it was actually Paul McDonald who went through. Can't have been. It would have been Favilli. Either way, who cares? He went through his man. Because you could just phase through players in this game. Winmeyer. Henderson. It's not good enough, George. Liam Henderson. I really wanted him to step up to this level again. I know he was loaned out last year, but I felt there wasn't a huge difference between him and James Morrison. They were both on big wages. Morrison I can sell on easy enough. I was struggling I thought I would struggle to sell on Henderson again, and that was really the case. But it's really frustrating. It's just not stepped up, and Ben Arfa has not been the player that I hoped he would be when I brought him in. Caleri, Sandro, that could be for. It's for going for an aggressive, show some passion. This is just shambolic. Again, it's Digby that's in the wrong position. He doesn't get there. Ray, I would think, would have saved that last season. Why didn't I live come the Bournemouth game? It looks so good against Bournemouth as well. It's away by Moreno. Casarini picks up. Adam. A team Ben Arfa. McDonald back to Ben Arfa. Oh, that's beautiful from Ben Arfa. McDonald gets a shot off. And Moreira forced into a big save. Adam. Whipped it in. Wharton away. Favilli. Casarini. Ben Arfa plays it out to Charlie Taylor. Good ball in. Moreira will collect though. Step up's been a bit of a bigger step up than what I anticipated it would be. I thought we had a team that have been able, with the core that we had, to stay in the league with just adjust a few players. If I wanted to go mid-table, I needed to sign 4 or 5, which is what I thought. But in hindsight, it seems like 4 or 5 was required to stay in the league. Certainly going forward would not look very good this season. It's a block shot away. It's back though to him. He's put it wide. Held on for a little while now. I've got another sub. No, I've not, because I brought on Ben Arfa. That's correct. Adam whipped into Favilli. Can't get there. Paul McDonald picks up. It's deflected and in. Probably go down as an own goal. It does indeed, but every goal will help morale come back just a little bit. Picked up well by Paul McDonald. Strike was good. Moreira probably had it covered. Sandros went to try and clear it and just knocks it into his own net. Moreira. Fulton heads away, only as far as Bruno Fernandes. Wilshere over the top for Caleri. Good save from David Rea. Another big chance for West Ham. Goes a begging. That guy who's now not going to try and pronounce. Ogbonna wins it in the air this time. Rea collects. Jeremy Pide with the throw in that signals full time. That was not a good game by any stretch of the imagination. When you look at the stats, it looks like we were well in it. So look at match stats. So yeah, they had all the clear-cut chances, and they had better chances than us. But just stat-wise here, we look like we were in the game. When in reality we probably weren't. That leaves us 16th in the table. We are on 3 points. We're ahead of the relegation zone on goal difference alone. That will end this episode anyway, guys. What I will do is we'll come back next month let's come back for the Burnley game. It is a derby for Blackburn, so it's a big game. It's about 5 games time as well. It kind of sits in nicely. And then maybe come back for Arsenal or Spurs after that, I'm not sure. But either way, Burnley will be the next episode, guys. It's derby day. I will hopefully catch you all then for that.